Have a good day, KC9VKV. Do you copy November 1, Golf Mike Victor?
November 1, Golf Mike Victor?
Yeah, roger on that, Jim. You got John here in North Carolina, over.
Roger, John. What's going on, sir?
Well, you're probably the guy I need to speak with. I wanted to know if I've got this EQ set up right. I'm using the Heil PR780, I think it's a 781, and an 8-band EQ, and I'm feeding it into an Icon 7610, over.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, you're about 2 dB dynamic range, so a 7610, huh?
Yeah, I wanted this rig. It was too expensive at first. I bought a 7300. I liked it, but I always wanted this rig. So when it came down in price, that's what I did. I said, you only live once. Go ahead.
All right. Now, I was hoping to be able to do some experimentations with a 7610 this afternoon with somebody that was giving me at least a 10 over my noise level, and so far you've fit the picture, Roger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm running barefoot. I don't have a beam on my dipole antenna. But yeah, be happy to check it out, whatever you need. This is just a real inexpensive EQ, and you were saying that you like the other microphones. I have also an SM50 desk mic, and I can switch over that because it's on a AB switch. Let me switch. Now I'm on the SM50 desk mic, and this is without the EQ. Go ahead.
Roger, what I was really interested in doing, and I don't know if you still have it, but I wanted to check out the stock hand mic against your, the mic that you're using now. I'm developing some kind of a thought process about that stock hand mic, and I just wanted to compare it, if you still had it and could put it in line.
Yeah, I have it. I don't. I think it's in the closet though, in the box. I kind of put it away there because I really don't use it. But I did when I got the 7300. I did that, and people said they liked the sound of that hand mic a lot.
Right. I think there was a great deal of work involved in that microphone to accentuate the positives of the 7300 and the 7610. That mic, I've heard a demonstration of that mic, and they were working it close but across it, and it was just breathtaking. I mean, for a stock hand mic, and what I'm saying is that you would have to go to a lot of EQ to duplicate that on a dynamic microphone response, Roger?
Yeah, copy that. Well, I'm on the EQ again. But yeah, I heard my wife on this radio, and I thought it was too mushy. So I usually try to keep the bass back and try to get a little bit more mid-rangey. But you might be right. It could be better on something like that. I mean, communications quality for amateur radio isn't the same as high fidelity. We need it to punch through. So, but I think you might be right on that. If you want to make another contact, I'll go and get that microphone out. I gotta find it though, and I know I got it because I got two Icons here. I got right next to this. I got the 9100, so I got a microphone for both of them. Over.
Roger, they both use the same mic, Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger, I thought so. Yeah, I just was amazed at the tonality of that microphone. You can't work into it without a windscreen, but you can work it across, and just a condenser microphone. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, copy that. Well, a lot of people the new radios today, they're doing the condenser mics. They don't have enough windscreen over them, and you get a lot of that popping, especially on the 2 meters. I hear them all the time on their handhelds, and I have to admit, even mine is I get it once in a while too. So hopefully I don't have too much of it on this thing. I'm about 6 inches from the microphone, and I got a little bit above me. But does it sound better than the SM50, in your opinion?
Oh, this is the radio you started with? I mean, the microphone you started with?
Yeah, so this is the SM50, and, no, I'm sorry. I was on the 781, now this is the SM50, and let me put the low cut on. And I usually run it with the low cut, so I don't have as much bass, over.
Roger, you might be cutting too hard into your bass line. You might want to be just a little bit more fuller. I mean, you are nowhere near getting muddy. I mean, you've got a ballpark to allow the lower frequencies in there without getting any kind of problems at all. Right now, it sounds like you are pretty much rolling out about 300 cycles or so.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting enough. All right. So I just took off the low cut, and that's on the SM50. Over.
Roger. Now, is that your favorite mic, or what? What's the other one?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I like the 781, but I can't run it with the amp. I get RFI, and I think it's my EQ that causes it. So I got chokes all over the place. I mean, I can use it barefoot, but when I run the amp, it's no good. So usually I end up just going back to the SM50. And yeah, so the 781, I've been running the EQ on it because it's just I have to turn the mic gain all the way up, and even then it didn't perform the way I wanted it to until I got the EQ. Over.
Roger. Now, that mic sounded pretty mid-rangey, like around 2K, pretty hot at 2K. Where what I normally do on the mic EQ is I'll leave the mid-range EQ, the middle EQ flat. I'll leave that flat because that is the signal, 1K or 1.5K or whatever. I'll just leave that flat, and then I'll go up to the top end, and I'll usually crank in about half of its capabilities, on a positive situation. Like if it's a 0 to 10, I'll run up on the top end about a +5, and then the whole ball game then goes to the bottom EQ, and if you're in flat bottom end EQ, you're for more like rag chewing, and maybe even a plus, depending on the mic itself. And then obviously when you get into wanting to do contest or DXing, then you're going to pull that bottom end back. Maybe -2, -3, and your microphone becomes an attack dog. But it all, once you get that top end, the mid-range stays flat, the top end like about a plus, whatever it is, halfway of its capabilities, and then it's all in the mid-range, in the bottom end then, where you make it for Qso, which is more mellow. You might be a flat, might be +0, +1, +2, and then for the attack mic, you roll off that bottom end. The thing is, if you start to roll off the top end, that's all your articulation, and that's all your, the understanding of what you're saying, and just that mid-range is not going to help the articulation. It's that top end that actually defines the word when you have a massive pile-up. Roger? John, I think we faded out there, partner. Gosh, John. Well, anyway, let me say threes, John. Gosh, Mother Nature took away our good Qso. Roger, Roger. I'll say threes for now, and you have a good afternoon, John. We'll pick this up next Friday. Next Friday we'll do our Qso-Vlog again between 3:30 and 5, where we're running recording, and if you have a radio you want to check out, drop by between 3:30 and 5 next Friday on this frequency, and we'll be here. And for those that did participate today, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page, and on that page there will be a segment called My Group Air Check 11/30/18. My Group Air Check 11/30/18. So until next Friday afternoon, 3's all. We'll catch you later. And this is KC9VKV. We'll be clear.